You are now listening to the Baseball Aficionado podcast. Glad to be with you once more. As we get ready, we're going to do our May recap. I got my friend, my guy, Willy Baez from Bodega Sports. But before you do anything, please make sure if you are watching on YouTube, hit the like, the comment, subscribe. We love the interaction. Make sure you follow me on social media. And of course, also, this hat that I'm wearing, if you're watching on YouTube, is part of my merch. Baseball Aficionado, got hats, got tees. You get 10% off your purchase when you shop at our store, baseballaficionado.com. Check it out. And of course, without further ado, we're gonna recap the month that was May, highlight some of the best players of the month, the best performances, what were not the great performances, so on and so forth, the way we always do. So without further ado, I want to welcome back, of course, my guy, my friend, of course, and part of the Baseball Aficionado as well, Willy Baez.
What's going on, Santos?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Big chillin', as always. You know what we got this month, right?
Tranquilo, of course.
Where do you want to start it?
I figured, I think we should start at, because this is the part that's more straightforward, I guess. So let's talk about, I guess, some of the performances, right? Kind of, we'll give our picks, we'll go back and forth, right? Per position, Latino players in May. Correct, the best players of May, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with the pitchers, right? So I'll give you my two pitchers, the starting and the closer, and you argue from there. So I got Framber Valdez, right? With a record of 4-1, efectividad 2.36, and 42 strikeouts. How many innings? I think it was 42. Yeah, 42 innings.
Yes.
And then for the closing, of course, Emmanuel Clase. For some reason, he came back to earth and now has a ERA of 0.84.
This one. Yeah, this one you got wrong, right?
Nah,
you got this one wrong.
I know what MLB said, but I don't know.
I know. I got numbers for you.
All right,
because you like numbers. This is gonna be our first debate like that. Okay.
All right.
First of all, for the starting pitchers, and I think he was overlooked because I guess, él no es latino, nacido en un país latinoamericano. Carlos Rodon, to me, now with Framber, you didn't really get wrong. I don't have a problem. The closer, I think you got wrong. Edwin had a better month. And I'll tell you why.
All right, go for it.
Wait. Okay. First, we'll go with Rodon. Rodon was 3-0 with a 1.47 ERA in May. Okay.
Yeah.
His last start was not great. 3-0. Okay. 38 strikeouts in 30 innings. Carlos Rodon, el cubano americano. Now, Framber was gonna be my pick, but I said no. We can't keep doing this. So I had to go in. I had to, go to the well, pull up my numbers. I said, you know what? Willie will be proud of me. I pulled out the calculator and I started going through numbers. I started crunching numbers. I went to Baseball Savant. I went to...
Damn. Where else?
All this... Yeah, everything. Fangraphs, you name it. Baseball Reference. But to me, I picked Carlos Rodon. El tipo was just... especially he... Framber was great, though. I mean, it's hard to not pick Framber. I love him, and especially he goes deep into games too, which I always appreciate. Now here's where I think you got it wrong. Okay,
let me hear it.
So Emmanuel Clase went 10. How many innings he went? What, 10?
10 and 10 strikeouts, and then 7 saves.
Okay,
which led all the Latino players.
Right. However, okay. Saves is such an outdated stat. So first of all, yes, I'll tell you why. No. Edwin is not the guy who just stacks up saves. You know that. Look, the Mets, so much. This is underrated, but nobody mentions this. Saves are based on usage. Saves are not just, saves. Yeah, claro, the Guardians throw him out there every single day. He's used in every save situation there is. The Mets deploy a different kind of bullpen. All that is still. So Emmanuel Clase 10 innings. Edwin Díaz, 11 innings. Okay, that's whatever. Emmanuel Clase, 10 strikeouts. Edwin Díaz, 14 strikeouts in 11 innings. Okay. Batting average against. Sorry, I'm not going to get to that yet. Saves. 5 saves to 7 saves. Like I said, that's misleading because, again, if you look saves per saves, Clase usually averages more saves anyway, but he also averages more outings usually because that's how they use him. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? They would throw Diaz gets thrown in non-save situations more often, so it's different.
I got you.
Batting average against Edwin Diaz's batting average against in May was .083. Mm-hmm. What was Emmanuel Clase's batting average? It was close. It was very close.
.135.
Okay. So, and here's the best stat of all.
Go.
0. Edwin
Aaron
Díaz.
Runs. Yeah, no, 0. That is true. That is true.
That's it. All right. I think I win, bro. I'm sorry, I win. And he got the award too. I know
he did. He did.
I've been holding this for a year and change because Edwin has not been good. Edwin is back. So
I don't know if he's back, bro.
I think he's back. Listen, he's back. I think he's back. Now I know for some reason deep down inside of you, there's a little anti-Met bias. I've noticed that. You don't like Mets, except Lindor is the only. Lindor's the only Met that you like. Everybody else, he's like, Mauricio, I don't think he's gonna be good. You don't even like the manager.
Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty. You don't like anything.
I don't like anything about the Mets except for Francisco Lindor.
That's true. That's the only one that you like. All right, you like Lindor. That you don't even you barely like Soto. You even turned down Soto now. Soto went across. That's it.
That's not that guy anymore. Yes, there is some bias towards it, right? In my opinion, I'll hold my ground with Emmanuel Clase, but you can't go wrong with Edwin Díaz. I mean, I got you.
No, of course. The hardware is there. The hardware. You know what put him over the top was the 0. That was it. Yeah, to me, the 0 made a difference. That was it. And now Emmanuel Clase, when you compare him to where he was at, bro, he's back. He's back.
Way
and
back.
I like him. And you're talking to a guy who, and you were the same with like me. You're talking to a guy who said give him the Cy Young last year. Mm-hmm. That was you too. I mean, we said that. So it wasn't like a thing against him. I just felt like Diaz was filthy, bro. But you know what? It looks like if Clase is back, that's gonna help Cleveland because they're gonna play a lot of tight games. So
they do too many actually.
They can't hit.
Yeah, they gotta find another bat. They can't rely on Carlos. I mean, Jose Ramirez was great. He
was tremendous. Yeah. No, he's the best. He's great.
You can't rely on Carlos Santana all the time. Eventually, his body's gonna give up by the end of the year.
The age, man. But he's. I mean, he's another guy. He's been. This guy. They're like, he's gonna retire. Bro. He's gonna retire. He's been amazing. I've always been a big fan of Carlos Santana. Me too. He puts up these professional. He's a pro. That's what he is. He's gonna give you a good at bat. He's gonna walk. He's gonna, he's gonna have an approach. He's gonna work the count, and he'll hit a couple out the park.
The best way I can put Carlos Santana is, I don't know. I mean, maybe only basketball fans. I know you know him, but you remember DJ Agustin?
Yeah.
He played forever. Was reliable all the time.
Yep.
I mean, that's the type of player that he is. He's just reliable. He'll make your shots. He'll be there for you. 150
when you need him.
Games. When you need him, he'll be there.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right.
I think he's better than DJ Augustine in baseball. In baseball terms, he's better. But I get your point. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna start with the catcher. Let me know if we agree or disagree. So the first one I got, Yainel Díaz. What's going on? I mean, do I need to say the stats or what do you got?
I like Yainel. I think Yainel was another one who had a terrible April.
Very bad. One of the worst.
Now with Yainel Díaz, I don't disagree with the pick, but this is why I didn't pick him.
Go for it.
And it's gonna sound crazy because the catcher who I pick, I'm not a fan of. I don't like him much.
Really?
But the guy who I picked, who is Alejandro Kirk. I'm not a big Alejandro Kirk fan. You know me well enough. What do I like? I like defensive catchers. It's not very good.
Of course.
So, but offensively, he's decent. Alejandro Kirk hit. I'll give you his numbers right here, which is surprising because I never put him on any list of anything. But, but
first time that I see him on any list.
Yeah, right. Any list. Right. So, 1 home run, nothing crazy, right? 12 RBI, was productive, but get this. He hit 365 for the entire month. That's impressive. For him, I'm saying he's an impressive. What is he, like a career 240?
Whatever.
But so to me, so the only reason I took him was because of that, which is kind of like an antiquated stat, but batting average. But that, and also Jainer still is striking out a lot for my liking. That's still, he's still not all the way back. He had a better month, but he's not all the way back yet. But he did hit some homers, and so it's whatever. It's splitting hairs. Like the catching position this month was crappy, unless you're talking, from a Latino standpoint.
Yeah, no, of course. Then when you're talking about Kyle Riley, that's another.
No, that's
level.
different. Yeah, no, he's a monster.
So Emmanuel Díaz, 5 home runs, 12 runs, 12 RBIs, and still batted below what I would say I see him at 283. A first base. I got my guy. You want to go first?
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Carlos Santana. Batted 316, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. I mean, 19 walks.
He always does. Yeah, it's amazing.
He's amazing at that. And then only 16 strikeouts. So that's
come on. Yeah. At his age.
Yeah.
Which you need to add like 3 years on top of that. So I'm just playing. But he's great, man. He's great. Yeah. I put Jonathan Aranda. Yeah. And the reason I put Jonathan Aranda. Now listen to this. I think Santana's power numbers were greater, a little better. How many home runs you said he had? 5, right? Aranda had 3. How many RBI Santana had?
12.
12?
I'm sorry, 22. My bad.
22. Aranda had 22.
Okay.
Sorry, not 22. I apologize. 18. Okay. Aranda had 18.
That's good.
And Aranda hit 341 in the month.
341. Yeah.
So he was very,
very. I mean, that was my guy. That was our guy on April. Aranda is basically bringing up, the Latino first baseman a little bit up.
A little bit. Yeah. I wanted to pick Santana, but even before I saw the pick, I knew you were gonna put it. So I just went with something else. That was the only reason I put Aranda, besides what I said. So
damn, bro, this is pitiful. The people that I have here. Anyways, you got 2 Mexicans already, so that's great.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm trying to spread it around, bro.
Spread the love. I see. All right, second base. I don't think there's an argument there. Ketel Marte.
No. And he played. How many games did he play? I was just looking for an accident to find another second baseman.
He did 24 games. He did, but the only guys that are there are like Ozzy Albies. It's not much.
What the hell happened to him? Terrible. So Ketel just hit the ground running, bro. He came by. It's like ese chamaco nació con un bate en la mano. That guy's he's disgusting, bro. The way he hits, he's insane.
And he led the second baseman, of course. I mean, he's basically 7th most home runs on April. Already. That guy, man. I mean, and he missed so many games in April. I mean, he was out, since the beginning of April.
Yeah, and a couple games, I think, a couple in May, not too much, but he, it's crazy. So
all right, tercera base. I mean, same thing, bro.
So what are we doing? Now you can't pick anybody else.
No, nobody.
If this was like just for the last 2 weeks, it would have been like Junior Caminero, because Junior Caminero's been on a
Been on
tear.
fire.
And the crazy thing about him, see, this is what's interesting about young players, because we always feel like we have the book on guys. And then, right? Then I see something in him that is kind of, I don't know what he's going to be, but he's got a new confidence. He's hitting his stride. Yeah. And I want to see where this goes, man. It's interesting.
I think he's figuring out the pitching, because it's hard, man. It's hard. Every player will tell you it's hard to assimilate to the MLB pitching. That's why you guys like Joe Adele that killed AAA, Brett Baty.
Yeah.
When they come to the MLB, it's like
different.
Damn, it's
different
fast,
animal,
bro. It's fucking fast, and they can't.
It's a different animal.
Yeah, not a lot of people can overcome that, right? So yes, in terms of Caminero was the only guy that I could think of. Maybe Manny Machado, but he's not really hitting for a lot of power right now. The only thing killing Jose Ramirez, in my opinion, is the defense. I don't know what happened to his defense. It was decent.
Yeah, his defense has not been good.
Damn. But yes, if anybody wants to know, batted 386 with 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, 22 runs, and 8 stolen bases. That was impressive.
Yeah, no, tremendous. I mean, this, what can you say?
In terms of shortstop, who you got?
I got the same guy as you, man, and I didn't want to, but again, Geraldo Perdomo kind of tailed off a little bit.
At the end.
Lindor got off to a bad start in May. He slumped. So Lindor is not, Lindor has been much better lately, but in the beginning of May was a slide, so I couldn't put him. Even though his power numbers are respectable, but he wasn't consistent really. To me, I mean, Jeremy Peña really has. I gotta be fair with him. I criticized him a lot. I said he wasn't as good as people made him out to be. That he was overrated. He's played well. Now I have to change a few things, so I gotta change now. I'm coming up with a new nickname where now Carlos Correa is a lowercase Jeremy Peña. That instead of calling Jeremy Peña lowercase Carlos Correa.
He needs to do it for a longer period of time. The only thing holding back Carlos Correa, as you know, is the injuries. If he could figure that stuff out, I mean, it would be incredible. And he's so into stats. I don't know how he gets injured. If he knows, the strain. Maybe it's a mental thing for Correa. I don't know.
I think I speculate that he has become a hypochondriac.
What? Hypochondriac.
So a hypochondriac is somebody who kind of goes through. Now this is turning into a medical podcast.
Yeah.
But like it's like somebody who they always think they have an injury. They they always. I wonder about that. Now that I don't. This is not approved by the FDA or anything like that. But but I'm just speculating because. Coño, este tipo, I'm tired. I've been hearing for like 4 years, the last 3-4 years. Sí, en salud, el mejor. Yeah. I'm already under. I don't think he's coming back. I think this is it. This is what he is already.
I think
we're not waiting. This is it.
Yeah, same thing with Byron Buxton. There's just some players that are. But I got to be honest. They have to look into it, though. In Minnesota. Something is going on. Same thing with the Yankees. The same thing with Minnesota. It can't be true that Correa gets injured, Buxton gets injured a lot. The Pablo Lopez just got injured yesterday, and then what's the other? The third baseman. What's his name?
Royce Lewis.
Royce Lewis.
Royce Lewis is always hurt.
Something has to give. I mean,
we
gotta talk about Minnesota now. Like, what are you guys doing?
The playing surface, right? You're saying something's wrong with the playing surface. It has to be. It might be.
There has to be something. Not player development. I'm sorry, but
Miranda would always get these weird injuries too when he was up. You remember Miranda would get a shoulder, this and that. Yeah. That's interesting. You know what? I would agree with you to a certain point though, because remember, Correa had little injuries and stuff even in Houston, so it's different. He's always had that. But with Royce Lewis and all these guys, yeah, Buxton,
it's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I agree. It's weird.